Animal rights protesters target King Charles after being found guilty of damaging Buckingham Palace fountain. An animal rights protester has hit out at the King after being found guilty of causing thousands of pounds of damage to a fountain at Buckingham Palace. 5 activists were found guilty of criminal damage on Wednesday for damaging the Queen Victoria Memorial water feature outside the palace in 2021, repairs for which soared past £7,000. Louis McKechnie, 23, Christopher Bennett, 27, Riley Ings, 27, Claire Smith, 26, and Rachel Steele, 48, were all convicted of the crime at Southwark Crown Court after a near 8-hour deliberation by a jury. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. After the verdict, the 23-year-old McKechnie, part of Animal Rebellion, raged at the King for not taking action to call for a plant-based food system as he accused Charles of barking the right stuff but not biting. McKechnie said he was relatively unsurprised at the verdicts, and labelled the UK's justice system rigged after his conviction. He added, "I don't feel any guilt for my actions, but I don't expect the courts to actually be about justice and truth. It's about maintaining the status quo, and it has effectively done that." The 23-year-old also said the Five's message to the King was to call for a plant-based food system if you really care about any of the things you claim to. He said, "We did this because we think the royal family still has a responsibility to this day to step up and show true leadership. If Charles claims to be, a climate-conscious king, he's got to show it, surely. He barks the right stuff, but where is his bite? I'm not seeing it. It starts with calling for a plant-based food system. King Charles, that's our message to him, call for a plant-based food system if you really care about any of the things you claim to." The activists had stormed the fountain on August 26, 2021, dyeing its water red and letting off smoke flares as they accused the royal family of sponsoring a royal bloodbath. Prosecutor Ailsa McKeown said in a closing speech on Friday, "There is no dispute that red dye was in fact added to the water on that day, and all of them have accepted that they intended for that water to be turned red to create the impression of a bloodbath. What they each deny is that they intended or were reckless as to causing any damage, and in fact that damage was caused at all." The court heard previously that the fountain, which is cleaned once a month, received an emergency clean at an extra cost after the protest. Michael Robert Turner, an assistant manager for Royal Parks at the time of the incident, had previously told the jury the marble is porous and there had been a risk the dye would seep in and stain the stone if it was not immediately cleaned. But Laura Stockdale, defending Steele and Bennett, argued the dye was designed to be added to bodies of water, including fountains, and Royal Parks could have just left the red dye in the water to weaken as time passed. She claimed turning the water red did not interfere with the structure of the monument nor affect its value. Stockdale added, "The most that the Crown can sensibly say is that it affected the aesthetics. But, members of the jury, isn't that just subjective? Is that really damage?" The quintet of activists all denied 1 count each of criminal damage before the verdict. They will be sentenced on October 18th. The Metropolitan Police has been slammed for trying to block anti-monarchy protests during an upcoming royal spectacle. Republic, an anti-monarchy group, claimed the Met cited the European Convention on Human Rights as justification for closing down the planned protests at Trooping the Colour this weekend. The Met claimed a protest would deny spectators the right to enjoy the parade, which Republic disputed, adding that human rights legislation does not provide a right to enjoy a day out. The pressure group said no final decision had been made, but accused the police of insisting the protest is moved to a place that is out of sight of the parade and media. King Charles, 75, will make a high-profile appearance on Saturday to mark the monarch's official birthday during Trooping the Colour, which takes place at Horse Guards Parade near Buckingham Palace in central London. Republic, which campaigns for the abolition of the monarchy and its replacement with an elected head of state, said the move by the police was Kafkaesque. The group claimed it was told at the start of the month by the Met that the force was relaxed and had no issue with the location of the protest. Republic's CEO, Graham Smith, said, "Human rights laws protect the right to meaningfully protest.